Gooch? No. Legislator Myers?
Yes, I'm here.
Legislator Grozio?
Like sweatshirt warm tomorrow.
No Grozio? Legislator Robbins?
Here.
County Manager Updegrove? Is he here? Mr. Bergasser? Okay. Mr. Casale is here. Mrs. Kleizek?
Hello, here.
And Kathy Steiner is on the line. Okay, we will call this meeting to order. Introductions will take place. I'll skip that till we're ready to do the various topics that need to be kind of addressed. So if if you're going to speak about your topic, I'll let you introduce yourself at that point. I need approval of the July 8th, 2020 Economic Development Meeting minutes. Can I get a motion? Legislator Collins, second by Legislator Myers.
Yes.
Under question? All in favor, signify by giving a thumbs up.
Aye.
Okay. Motion carried. We have a resolution 4.0, resolution ED 00920, budget modification for Census 20 count outreach grant. Mr. Casale, update on that topic.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. You may recall back in February, because you approved a resolution allowing us to apply for a grant, a Census 2020 complete count outreach grant in the amount of $219,101. Then COVID hit, and then the state went dark. We hadn't heard from them for quite some time, and got wind through certain circles that there would be no grants. And then in late July, in fact, on the last day of July, the 31st, the state sent out an email saying they're going to fund us at 50%. So basically what this is, and we'll talk more about the program. I have a report later on the agenda. But what this is a resolution adjusting our 2020 budget to accept, and we've already accepted, a $109,551 grant.
To approve
Ben.
Legislator Robbins.
You gotta stop that.
Second by Legislator Myers. Under question? All in favor, signify by saying yes and thumbs up.
Yes, and thumbs up.
Any opposed? Motion carried. Resolution 5.0 on the agenda, resolution ED 01020, resolution to set a hearing to consider the inclusion of viable agricultural land into the Niagara County's agricultural district. We've got Ms. Henning to speak on that one. If you could go ahead and introduce this topic to us. We'll go ahead and have a motion to bring it on the floor. Legislator Robbins, second by Legislator Myers, and now we'll go to discussion. Ms. Henning, go ahead.
Hi, thank you so much for allowing me to come to your meeting virtually. So this is the same inclusion that we do every year for viable agricultural land. I'm coming as a representative from the Niagara County Ag and Farmland Protection Board, who met in July to discuss parcels that were requesting inclusion from landowners.
I have no idea.
So there were a few parcels totaling over 400 acres this year requesting inclusion. The board did discuss and speak with all of the landowners, and they decided to recommend all of the parcels that are listed in the resolution in front of you for inclusion. So they thought that all of this land was viable agricultural land and should be included into the nearest agricultural district. So this resolution is just to set a public hearing as required by the Ag and Markets Law, so people can come in and say publicly what they think about these parcels going in, make public comments. So the public hearing is set for October 20th at 6 p.m.
Okay, very good. I've got a motion on the table and a second, and all in favor signify by the thumbs up and saying aye.
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 Any opposed? Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you.
Resolution 6.0 ED011-20 approval of low-cost power to benefit Edwards Vacuum under the agreement for the sale and purchase of the Niagara Project Power and Energy. Mr. Cassell?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. If I may, if it's allowable, Mr. Burgasser, if we can take number 6 and number 7 together, they are the approval for the Empower allocation and the budget mod. Is that okay, Tom? To
Yeah,
do together?
that would be fine.
Resos 6 and 7 pertain to an Empower Niagara customer, Edwards Vacuum. They have formally requested an extension of their low-cost power allocation. The Empower Niagara Board and unanimously approved the application from Edwards. They continue to invest in their facility here in the town of Wheatfield and in our park. And their job commitment is good. They're still above the original job commitment at original application time, which was 90. They're at 100 jobs right now. Their business model has changed a bit from manufacturing to warehousing and distribution. And their plant manager and their operations director is touting this as the Northeast Regional Warehouse and Distribution Center for Edwards. So again, this resolution 6.0 item request is the approval of the allocation of 120 kW. And the next resolution on the agenda is the budget modification.
Okay, can I bring it to the floor? Legislator Myers. Second by Legislator Collins. At this point under question, anybody have any questions related to this?
Yeah, Chairman Andre, just to, I don't know, I might have missed it, but this is a reduction of power that they've been receiving, and that may have already been said, but it is a reduction because they've been using energy efficiency and been doing a great job with it. And of course, they're not manufacturing anymore. Now they're distributing, but they've done a very good job of converting over.
Okay, and now I had a question for you guys, Mike and Tom, that one of the Facebook, people that comment about things were yelling at me and saying Edwards Vacuum, they sent all their manufacturing jobs away and they're not living up to their agreement, et cetera, et cetera. Are we in any with any trouble in that regard? Because I was disappointed to hear that they were losing the manufacturing, so I just wanted to know that we were.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, no, we're not. Well, we lost the manufacturing jobs, but they still are above their job commitment numbers. And there is potential, as Tom will tell you, to expand this operation. We clawed back about 60 kW because they don't need it all and it won't hurt them. But they're looking to grow this as the Northeast Regional Center for Warehousing and Distribution for Edwards. Edwards is under the Atlas Copco name. And they are not only warehousing and distributing Edwards parts, they've got 4 new product lines that are coming in this month. And then, Tom, if I'm remembering correctly, there could be another 2 additional lines coming by the end of the first quarter. So they may need more space.
Okay.
2-3 lines, and they're already taking for the committee. They're already taking additional space in another building over and above what they originally housed. That's their actual sales force. I think is over in the other building, and you've got to remember that we brought the Niagara County brought this company into Niagara County from outside, and as you know, it's not a big check they get anymore because electric is cheap, but it's every little dollar helps to keep this company here in the jobs that they have right now.
And Rich, if I might add real quick, it's not only warehousing and distribution jobs at this facility. They do have 10 to 15 engineers there, and they also have a customer call center. So there are different pay grades for these different jobs.
Very good. Okay, I just had to ask you because I knew it brought to my attention. We got a motion and a second. Any other questions? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Okay. Carried. Motions carried. That was 6 and 7.
Chairman?
Motion. Yes.
Chairman, this is Legislator Gooch. Just letting you know I'm on the line. I wasn't able to access via WebEx, but I'm here.
Okay. Now it's a party. Okay. Okay, now we are on to 8.0, Resolution ED 1013-20, approval of low-cost power benefit to Lockworks Arena and Sports Center, Inc., under the agreement for sale and purchase of the Niagara Power Project Energy. Mr. Cassell will do 8 and 9 together, as we did with 6 and 7. Go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Again, the Cornerstone Arena, which is the Lockport Ice Arena and Sports Center, has also formally requested an extension of their low-cost power allocation. They are our biggest customer at 400 kW, and they continue to exceed their employment projections as well, with a workforce of 8 full-time and 23 part-time, and a payroll of just about $500,000. This is also a very good corporate citizen that we're talking about at the Cornerstone Arena. They partnered with Youth Mentoring Services of Niagara County to provide emergency childcare services for essential workers with the support of the United Way of Western New York COVID-19 Fund. And they're doing that for the remainder of the year at no cost to families that are having trouble with distance learning. So I give them a lot of credit for being a good corporate citizen. And they've been hit hard by COVID-19. They can't have any public skating. So being able to help them out at this particular time, I think is very, very important. So again, they're looking for approval for 400 kW allocation, and then the following item is the budget modification resolution.
Got a motion by Legislator Gooch, second by Legislator Myers. Under question? All in favor? Signify by aye and give it a little thumbs up video. Okay. Motions 8 and 9 are carried. Motion 10, or Resolution 10, ED 01520, fixing date and notice for the public hearing for the Locks and Erie Canal Cruises. Community Development Block Grant application, Ms. Isaac, go ahead.
Yes, thank you, Chairman. Actually, Resolutions 10, 11, and 12 are all very similar in that all three of them are calling for a public hearing. We are applying for a grant for each one of these companies. We're applying to New York State Office of Community Renewal, and part of that grant application process requires us to hold a public hearing prior to submitting a grant application. These three resolutions are authorizing those public hearings.
Okay, very good. I'd like to propose we run 10, 11, and 12 all together. Would that be okay with Mr. Burgesser?
Yes, it is.
Okay. For 10, 11, and 12, motion, Legislator Robbins. Second by Legislator Grosio. Got a motion and second. Under question? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay. Motion is carried. Any opposed? I didn't hear any. We are now moving on to item number 13, the resolution 0120, authorization to submit a grant application to the New York State Office of Community Renewal for block grant funding for the Locks and Erie Canal Cruises. Mrs. Kleizek, these next couple look the exact same. Could you explain?
That's correct. Resolutions 13, 14, and 15 are simply authorizing us to submit an application to the New York State Office of Community Renewal for a grant. A grant for resolution number 13 is for the Locks and Erie Canal Cruises, for number 14 for Plan IQ, and number 15 for Ultimate Physique. And it's our intention to submit an application to OCR for a grant for each one of these companies.
13, 14, 15 as a stock. And Legislator Gooch make the motion on this one, and Legislator Myers second for 13, 14, and 15. Under question for those three resolutions. All in favor? Signify by saying aye and giving a thumbs up.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. We move on to old business. We've got commercial tax delinquent property update. Mr. Updegrove.
Yeah.
No. Hearing none. our lucky day. Niagara Orleans Land Improvement Corporation.
Wait,
Mr.
did you hear me? You couldn't hear me, could you?
There's Rick.
There he is.
Hello?
I was
Hello?
really. This is like when your college professor isn't in the room when you get there. You just okay, things are moving along.
No, I was on mute, and then I forgot I was on mute. Now I was talking, and you were ignoring me, and I wasn't sure why you were ignoring me.
Okay, well, Rick, if you would like to comment briefly on 16.
Oh, it'll be very brief because our land bank attorney told us that we're still waiting for the courts to commence granting applications for incidents of ownership. So that's where we're at.
Very good. Okay.
All right, thanks.
Any other? Okay. 2020 census update, Mr. Cassell.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I mentioned earlier about the budget modification. We got a grant for $109,551. The purpose to make sure all Niagara County residents are counted. The funding does not require a match, which is a good thing, and we've received 90% of the grant funds already in advance to get this work done. We have brought on the Niagara Library System, and they've contracted with Trellis Marketing to do this campaign. You've probably seen billboards. We're really targeting the hard-to-count communities in Niagara County. So you'll see billboards in the Falls, in Lockport, and in North Tonawanda. They're all over the place, really. So we're doing the billboards, ad campaigns, 30-second commercials on radio, on television, on Spectrum TV. The Niagara Library System brought on 40 computers to assist those people that need to get some assistance with filling out the census. And this whole program runs right through September the 30th. It's like we're on the goal line. And right now, I mean, I think it's paying off. As Chairperson Whittish knows, she's been keeping a close eye on this. We are still number 2, Rebecca. I'm sorry, we're not at number 1 yet, but out of 62 counties in the state of New York, our response rate is 70%, which beats the response rate from the 2010 census and the 2000 census. And we'll get better than that. So we're pretty proud of that. We're number 2 in the state at 70%. Nassau is number 1 at 72.7. We're way ahead of the state rate, which is 62%. And we're ahead of the state or the response rate for the nation, which is 65.5. So kudos to you, the legislators, for allowing us to apply for this grant and do this program, because I think it really has helped push our response rate to where it is.
Well, what do they do with the rest of it? If they know what 100% is, how do they guesstimate the rest?
They have right now. They've got enumerators out there pounding on doors. Rich, if they don't, I think they I can't remember what the term is, but they pretty much go with that rate, and that becomes our numbers. But there's something else that they do, and I can't remember what the term is. I'll get back to you on that. I'll send you out a little email, and then Kathy can send it out to the rest of the committee.
Well, I was once a canine enumerator for the North Tonawanda dog census. That was quite the undertaking. So, anyhow, no other new business to be had here. Any other new business? We are moving on. I just want to thank everybody for coming on tonight. I know it's it was my call to put it on WebEx. I hope that's okay with everyone. If anybody has a problem, that's feel free to reach out to me and mention that this is not working. But I think it works well. I think we're better than we ever have been at this, and saving everybody a little bit of time here and a little less exposure is certainly positive. So I want to thank everybody for coming out. I'll take a motion to adjourn by Legislator Robbins.
Second.
By Legislator Myers. Under question? All in favor? Aye.
Aye. Good night, everyone.
Good night, Irene.
Thank you.
Everyone stay safe.
Be safe.
Peace out.
Bye.